nuclear material. The resolution urges Iran to allow inspectors from the IAEA to visit the sites to clarify whether nuclear activity took place there in the early 2000s. Iran has been blocking access to the sites for months and had warned that such a resolution would be counterproductive. A businessman in the Philippines has filed a second police complaint against Maria Ressa, the prominent editor of the news site Rappler, just days after winning a similar libel case against her. Wilfredo Keng's lawyers said he is accusing Ms. Ressa of libel after she posted another news organization's story on social media. Howard Johnson reports from Manila.
According to Rappler, Philstar News took down the article from its website a day after Ms. Ressa's tweet, saying it was because the camp of Mr. Wilfredo Keng raised the possibility of legal action. Speaking to the BBC, Mr. Keng's lawyers confirmed the new complaint against Ms. Ressa. Attorney Ryan Cruz said that Rappler hadn't filed a counter-affidavit yet, but that the case was with a Manila City prosecution office. If they find a probable cause, they will assign a court branch that will hear it, added Mr. Cruz.
The authorities in southern India have reimposed a lockdown in Chennai and 3 neighbouring districts following a surge of coronavirus infections. Only essential services and neighbourhood grocery shops will be permitted to function under the 12-day lockdown. An Irish woman who caught coronavirus is spending her first full day out of hospital after having spent 79 days on a ventilator. Mary Sullivan, a mother of 2, was given a rousing send-off when discharged from hospital on Thursday. And that's the latest BBC News.
明天的希望无限，听见台北的人情味，全世界活力在线。全都在台北 Radio。
公民总主笔，
方恩格时间。
当家抢先报，你不能不知道。
在今天晚上公民总主笔方恩格的时间中，我们邀请到鸡尾酒教父王伟勋。他的调酒技巧曾经获得无数的奖项，包括3次的世界冠军，而他的酒吧经常被称为亚洲最佳的酒吧之一。在今晚的节目中，我们邀请到王伟勋来讨论鸡尾酒的调制、酒吧还有餐厅的经营，还有介绍王伟勋他自己开的餐酒馆。
谁当家？
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 你当家？
谁当家？
谁当家？谁当家？
谁当家？我当家。你当家？我当家。
我当家。
到底谁当家？你来当家。
Welcome to Residence Messenger on Taipei Broadcasting Station with your host, Ross Darrell-Flangel. Today I am joined by a godfather, Aki Wong. Welcome to the show. Now, I have to admit, when your fans, because you have a lot of fans in Taipei, they said, Ross, you have to invite the godfather onto your show. I said, oh my gosh, a godfather. I got really scared that it was that kind of godfather. Then of course, as I said, you're well known in the food and beverage industry here in Taipei. So before we talk about your work in the cocktail industry and your expertise and Indulge, which is the name of your restaurant and your bar, the most important question I have for you is, should I call you Godfather?
No, you don't necessarily to call that. You just call me Aki.
You sure? Do I need to kiss your hand? Like in the Godfather movies? No.
It's different, like a mafia.
Okay, you're not that kind of Godfather, and we don't have to call you Godfather. So that's it. And you don't say to the customers, "I'll make you an offer you can't refuse," do you? Like the Godfather in the movies does. You don't say that either.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us a bit about your background. You grew up in Taiwan. All right, and when you were a child, surely you weren't saying to yourself, when I grow up, I want to be a godfather of cocktail.
First of all, I got to say thank you to have me here. It's my pleasure. Okay, so actually I grew in Taipei. So I only graduated from the junior high school because back to the time my family's broke up. So that's why we need to face the reality things. So starting to work with some restaurants and bars and some nightclubs.
Wait, so you're saying when you were a teenager, you started working at nightclubs, Aki?
Yeah, so till now.
We don't encourage young people to do that. Stay in school.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But it's just so different as my classmates or my friends. So I learned a lot of things from the societies, from the the real things in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we know who ran the nightclubs back then. It was a different era, and I came to Taiwan 25 years ago, so I used to go to some of those older nightclubs and bars that most of them are not around anymore. It was very different back then, different vibe, right? So you got into the industry at a relatively young age, and as you said, you got to see different sides of the business. But was it the food side or the beverages side or the dancing side? Because you worked in nightclubs. What really interested you the most in staying in this industry?
I've been working 4 jobs in a day. So starting from the Chinese restaurant, coffee shop, the steakhouse, and nightclub. And during the periods, you can see different kind of people. Their manners different. So you can learn how to contribute your human.
And the way to do that is by pouring them a drink.
Yes.
Now, back then, when you got into this business about 25 or so years ago, what was the most popular things for people in Taiwan to drink when they went to a bar or a nightclub?
It's so different as right now, because before they asked for getting drunk, so short, so they can ugly drinks is like a Long Island, quick, strong, and give you is a higher. But now they ask for the quality. They ask for more story behind and more high-end entertainment.
Okay, well, and we'll get to that because that's what you do. You provide some high-end entertainment with your drinks. But you went abroad for a while. Tell us about that.
For me, I think is if you are the bartender, you are the man who work in this industry. You need to do something real. It's not do marketing things. So you bring your reality life, become the drinks and delivery, your face and your passion to your customer. Things gonna change.
So where outside of Taiwan have you worked as well?
London, New York, Polish.
You worked in Poland as well.
Yeah, that is my first off-sea work because I won the BAFTA vodka competition in 2007. So I earned the opportunity to move to the Polish, become the brand ambassador. But back to the time, I cannot speak English. Think about that.
Well, think about that. In 13 years, you've learned to speak English very well. So that I'm very impressed.
Yeah. So, my owner is a young Roman Podolsky. He just gave me a surprise. He's like, Aki, I know you cannot speak English good, but tomorrow you will have a presentation to all of the great bartender in Europe. I mean, seriously? Yes, do it. But until the end, you can think about what is the result. I feel so down and depressed, and my owner say, Aki, do you want to become a real good bartender who can speak English so well? I say, yes, okay, I can teach you and learn. After 3 months, I moved to London, and I do a whole presentation in English, so confidence, and people say, hey, what make you change? I say, you, my friend, because I've been heard about it's like, he's just lucky, so he can win the champion of the world. But after that, they give me some kind of, power. I think is I want to do something great. I want to do something you can understand who I am, where I'm from, what is authentic things I can do represent my nation. Yes.
So it's almost like you got a scholarship to be a bartender in Poland for a while.
Yes.
And then in London. So what was it like living in Poland for a while and working in a bar there?
Actually, I didn't work in the bar because I'm a brand ambassador. Most of the time, I need to contribute to the business and do some economy for the bartenders. But, the most precious thing for me, I think, is I spend a lot of time to work with the distillery man. Yeah, they are different as the bar industry.
Why is that?
They are so focused on eventually a piece of the rye. They really focus on it because they think it's a gift from the gods. So they very take care of this is like a gift they want to become like can deliver to whole around the world. They'll spend whole their life, whole their time, just want to give you a beautiful bottle of the vodka. So that's quite inspired me. If one day I'm not just bartender, I can also have a product to replace me to go all around the world. That will be awesome.
It'll be your legacy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you learned a little bit about vodka when you were in Eastern Europe.
Yes.
We'll put you on the spot. We'll ask you a difficult question.
Yeah.
Which country has the best vodka in Eastern Europe?
You
Be honest.
Poland.
Poland.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah, because a lot of people, when they hear about vodka, of course, they assume Russia.
Yeah, sure,
And
Russia.
Ukraine also has very, very good vodka. And I'm saying that because I have some Ukrainian friends, so I want to make sure I'm respectful to them as well. So Ukraine vodka is very good, and Belarus has their own vodka. What's special about Polish vodka?
You know, it's compared with the other countries' vodka. Polish vodka just do 2 or 3 times distilled and unfiltered. So that's why it keeps the original materials nose, smell, and taste. Yeah.
And then from Poland, you went to London. How long did you stay in London?
Almost 1 year.
And you were also a brand ambassador there.
Yes.
So you were visiting bars and provide training to the bartenders.
Yes.
And what was the reaction from the bartenders? You say, who's this Taiwanese guy? This funny-looking guy, right? 'Cause, you know, you're a nice-looking guy, but for people listening on the radio, Aki, he's got the shaved head, so you know he's a funny-looking guy. No offense. And you're from Taiwan, and you're teaching the bartenders in London how to do their work. What was the reaction?
I'm glad you say I'm a funny guy because most of the people think I'm too seriously. I'm so happy, but you know, back to the time. I'm so lucky because the very first venue I've been visit to introduce our product is the Duke Hotel. And their bar is a very famous martini bar in London. So the legendary guy, Alexandra, he say, Aki, where are you from? I'm from Taiwan. Oh my God, Chinese guy, come here and introduce the Polish vodka to me. So it's
weird. There's a lot of pieces here, right? Yeah. Taiwanese guy, Polish vodka, London bar.
So you must be very confident with your products. I say yes. So I really think if I use Podolsky vodka to make our signature cocktail, Vespa Martini, you think it will work? I say yes. How about you work for me? Me? Really? I work Vespa Martini to the godfather of Martini. So I tried to make it with the gin brand which I preferred and vermouth. You just give one sip. You say, okay, it sounds like a deal. We can work on this.
Okay.
So until now, every year I will go back to the London. I will visit Alexandra and say thank you, my hero. You know, you changed my life.
Now, London is a great place. I'm sure a lot of our listeners here in Taiwan have visited it for tourism, for study, for business. Let me ask you, why didn't you stay? Why didn't you stay in London or in Europe? You know, at the time, UK was still part of the European Union. You could develop a career there, maybe live throughout Europe. Who wouldn't want to live in Europe? Europe is so beautiful. Why did you leave? Why didn't you stay longer?
Because, you know, before I moved to Europe, I already have a plan. I want to have a bar in Taiwan. But, you know, I'm the very first one world champion in Taiwan. So there's no owner have ideas how much they're going to pay for me and what kind of job they can offer to me. So I decided to try to move to the other country to learn something new. I do really love London, you know.
You even have a little bit of a British accent now.
Yeah. You know, the environment, the people there is quite different, like the people that have never been lived there. And people say, yeah, you are yellow, they are white. But no, you know, if you do the things and that people feel respect, there's no color.
Yeah, they value talent.
Yes, they will see your talent and will and give you an opportunity to do things right. Yeah, but you know, once I got the chance to move to Taipei, of course, this is my hometown. I'm living here. Yeah.
So you came back to Taipei after living in Poland and in London.
Actually, is after New York.
At New York. Well, I'm from New York, so I'm a big fan of that. And how long were you in New York?
8 months.
8 months. Yeah. And you were also a brand ambassador?
Yes, but you know, everything is so funny. It's like my ex-brand ambassador is planned to quit the job. So my owner called me. He's like, okay, I will come to New York. I have arranged a trip for you. And one-way ticket. Why? One-way ticket.
It's a little scary, one-way ticket. Yeah.
I go there. And the people say, hey, I can take you visit here, there. And my job is done. Now you are the brand ambassador of this regional. I'm surprised. So when I live in New York, I visit the first venue, introduce our product. The guy is a Russian guy. He said, oh, come on. I'm a Russian guy. Introduced the Polish vodka to me.
Yeah, that's kind of a big big mistake there.
Yeah, but I asking is like, okay, so I'm stopped to do the things for sales. How about your favorite vodka? Is a Belvedere. Come on, I'm the champion, but you cannot recognize me. I say, okay, let me know why you love this brand. But it cannot say it's just smooth. Say aromatic than the Russian brand. I was like, I can show you something. 4 times history, then Koski go rise. Like, surprise. Wow, you know everything. But I know I didn't have opportunity to make business with him. So I call the regional ambassador. Say, hey, there is a Russian restaurant and bar that use Belvedere so much. And they make a deal. So, in first 3 months, failed. But every time when I fail, I connect with my friend and say, they like your brand. And almost the 4th month, I think I need to pack and move to Taiwan. The things, just a miracle. Things happened. People say, hey, State and Social, the biggest club in town, now they will change their annual agreement. How about that? You can try. Then I go to visit them and love the brand. I become success. So during every weekend, we will have a catering dinner with all different brand of ambassador. We will discuss all the things. But our owner, his background is like a banker. So he's like, okay, is there any good offer for you?
He's suspicious that you're going to jump to another brand.
Yeah, but I feel so down and depressed because I never thought about that. I want to work with this brand as long as I can. So I've been rest for 2 days and calling my boss says, I don't believe we still have the trust between us, and I'm planning to move back to Taiwan. So let me know when I can make this. Yeah.
And then you came back to Taiwan and you opened your first place.
Yes. Indulge.
Tell us about getting into it, starting off. What were some of the challenges when you came back to Taipei and you decided to make that jump? You're going to open your own place. What's the biggest challenges to opening your own bar and restaurant?
In 2009, we established our business here, and the people have no idea what exactly the real cocktail. So they ask for the fruity cocktail, something model with the herbs. Yes, but I've learned so many stories and heritage behind the cocktail. So I want to do the classic one, classic revised, or some modern technique to put the cocktail become different kind of experience. But people say, hey, it's so weird. Why you put chili, pepper infused with vodka? Why you do that kind of things? Is molecular? It's like ice cube? It's like foam? What are you going to do this? Just give me a basil and strawberry, sweet and sour things. So our business is not really good.
Did you find that some of the customers, they didn't really understand the concept? They came once and then they didn't come back. Was that common when you first started out? They didn't like it? They didn't come back?
Yeah, they didn't come back. Yeah, because they feel the combination or the flavor is so weird. They don't give the chance to touch with this. But I'm lucky because when I moved back, lots of spirits company asked me to become a consultant. So we have so many economy and presentation and seminar. I changed the bartender, but I didn't change the customer. But when our industry bartender, they have different mindsets and philosophy to create the drinks, things changed. So after the 23 months, we have a very bad business. Things going to getting better and better. And people come here, it's like, are you Aki? I say, yes, I'm Aki. I went to some other bars. They recommend us to come here.
Because you had trained all the bartenders.
Yes. so that is the
okay,
the
so
bonus.
that's the secret. You just completely change the flavor or the tastes of all the customers in Taipei by influencing the bartenders.
Yes.
This is brilliant.
But back to that, I have no idea. I just want to share. Because I don't like the alt industry guys, because they always think this is my signature things. I will keep it as the secrets till I died. Come on, we are the open market. We need to share and give them the motivation to grow up, to do something different, and the whole market will be getting better. Yeah.
So during those first couple of years when you said it was very tough, customers didn't really understand the concept, what was your inspiration to keep going? Did you just keep saying to yourself that, this worked well for me in other countries, eventually the customers in Taiwan, they'll get it? Did you just have a lot of confidence?
I know that there are three people in my life affect me lots. The first one is my mentor in Japan. He told me, once you decide to do something, you have no excuse to say no to him. Okay? And the second is that my mentor in UK. He told me it's like, Aki, bartenders is like an artist. You cannot expect the people know what is the artist doing now.
Well, as long as the artist, okay, but as long as the artist doesn't go crazy, don't do like a Van Gogh and chop off your ear. Let's not go too far.
Yeah, and the third one is our chairman. It does a huge support. You just do whatever you believe and not worry about rest of the other things.
You mean the chairman of your ownership group for Indulge?
Yes.
So we on this show we have a lot of guests from different industries, arts, restaurants, and a lot of them here in Taipei who open businesses, entrepreneurs like yourself. They always have very similar stories. Just like you said, very often there's a mentor, or two or three. They go overseas to study, and they have financial support, whether it's from family or investors. But we see that a lot with people who open their own businesses. But the most important thing, like you said, is you stick with it, right? You just keep working really hard. But it is possible to build your own business in Taiwan, because a lot of people have this impression that Taiwan is just the big businesses, and you can't compete with a big chain, for example, in the food and beverage industry. But you prove that you can be a success.
Yes. I always sharing my experience to the young generation and say, you don't necessarily to think about become famous, but you need to do the things while you decided and make it like this thing.
Now, you said your first bartender, you had to fire him. We won't mention any names, but was that a challenge also when you were starting out to get staff who understand what you want to do? Because it's not only the preparation of the drinks, that's important as well, but it's also how to engage with the customers, and it's your bar, so you had certain way that you wanted to do things. Was it difficult to find staff who just say, "Yes, sir, I'm going to follow your way"?
Maybe 5 to 10%. The people will work with you over 3, 4, 5 years. But the kids, the young guys right now is different as I was young. So you need to leading them to do something and train them well. You not just can say, I tell you how to do this, and you will expect you do things perfect. Of course not. So once you work with them and lead them to fix all the problem, they will, have some kind of trust. This is my mentor. He do really care about me. He treat me as like a family. So we don't call employees in our company.
What do you call them?
Brothers, sisters.
You call them that in English or in Mandarin as well?
They always call me as like a big brother, 大哥,老大, but they call me as like a 老板, owner. They don't call that. Yeah, so I think the respect is not for the title, the name of the title. Respect is from here and here. So you need to.
Well, okay, we're on radio. So Aki was pointing to his heart and to his mind, and actually, I think what you meant is for the staff.
Yes.
That they have this feeling about their employer.
Yes.
That he cares about them in his heart, in his mind, and he's going to teach them some important skills. And I'm going to ask you a question, but I think I already know the answer.
Yeah.
You don't mind when staff leave. If they have a better opportunity that maybe you can't provide, but they have an opportunity for something that's a promotion
Yes.
with another food and beverage company, then you support them. You say, good for you.
Yes, they just like the free marketing because we already built up our very good reputations. So once they grow up, they have their own thought. Why not we stop it? We need to support them, just like our chairman to support me. Yeah, the same things.
Because in my experience in Taiwan, a lot of people, especially more traditional companies, they get very scared of leaving. They're afraid if they leave, their boss will go all over town and say, oh, what a terrible person, he or she left my company. But you're a new generation kind of boss. You support your employees. If they have an opportunity somewhere else, you say that's good, because it's also good for your brand as well.
Yes.
That everyone will know they came from Indulge and they worked for you. So they become a brand ambassador for you even when they leave your business.
That's true. It so depends on the people, what they are thinking about. Some of the guys is like they will become our competitor, but I think they will become another successful business in our industry and give more, confidential for the young guys. One day I can become like him, and I can own my own business. That's great. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about Indulge, and we're going to talk about some specific cocktails and maybe some secrets as well. Yeah. Aki, if you want to share. You're listening to Residence Messenger on Taipei Broadcasting Station.
一败涂地。 收听台北广播电台 FM 93.1 AM 1134，让你的心情嗨起来。大家好，我是陈09。
双轨训练旗舰计划现正热烈招生中，让您在学期间同时兼顾就业，还享有学费补助及训练津贴，毕业立即就业，成功接轨职场。欢迎29岁以下青少年踊跃报考，详情请上网搜寻台湾双轨，或洽02-8995-6399-1265。以上广告由劳动力发展署北基宜花金马分署提供。
玩很大，6月到8月，龙舟赛、亲子同乐清水节、立式划桨独木舟、熊赞水乐园，还有浪漫的大稻埕情人节烟火，好多活动，让爱没有距离。夏天来了，台北准备好喽，赶快跟上脚步，一起享受吧！详情请上台北旅游网查询。以上内容由台北市政府观光传播局提供。
台北市公幼于6月8号起优先招收2到5岁需要协助及学区内5岁幼儿，6月11号起招收其他一般生。登记录取规定，请详阅公幼招生简章，并欢迎利用招生1点通系统线上办理。部分优先资格仍需备齐文件现场登记。以上内容由台北市政府教育局提供。
Welcome back to Residence Messenger on Taipei Broadcasting Station. Our guest today is Aki Wong, the godfather of cocktail. Aki, we're so happy to have you. Before we get to the specifics about different kinds of drinks, very quickly, the virus situation, people have been very concerned about that, obviously, for the past few months. We're very fortunate here in Taiwan. The situation is not as bad as other countries. Has there been a change in the way you run the business, though, because of the virus situation? Is the staff doing something different? Are you getting more orders for your pre-made cocktails? What has the virus done to your business?
Actually, before the Chinese New Year, we found out this is a real big problem. And we are very sensitive because we've been experienced the SARS in 2003. So we do every protection to our staff, and of course, including the customers. We're wearing the mask, we're doing temperature of the human. But in the other way, we're starting to worry about our business. It's like a panic, and people don't want to come out to have the food and drinks. We're starting to discuss about the food delivery, but we are located in the Da'an districts. It's not, the central of Taipei City. It's like a Zhongzhen district. So we say we start a business with our neighborhood and our close friends. So we do the food delivery to their home with the coupon. And say, next time you come using the coupon, you got the discounts. How about the better service and quality of the drink and food? Of course, in Indulge. And this is kind of motivation to push them and come back to spend the money. We did lost 20 to 30% of the indoor business. But
you mean like the walk-in people come to Indulge? Yeah,
but we increase other numbers like 10, 15. It's quite balanced, so it's quite stabilized for us, for our business. But in other we say, hey, all our brothers and sisters, don't feel panic. We just get more extra available time to prepare everything, get ready. So when people come here, we need to do the better service to them.
And are people starting to come back now?
Yeah.
Are you still taking temperature at the door for customers, or already stopped?
No. We just continue all the things. Yeah, eventually all our stuff, we're in the mask temperatures, and need to fill the application form for their background, the connection, the names.
For the guests as well, who come to Indulge
still? Yes, because this is respect between we and the customers. We protect both.
Well, it's good that people are starting to come out again. So do you have social distancing in the restaurant, or people could sit close together?
Yes, we just cut down all the seats, try to give a quite enough space, and they will feel it's like so safety.
Okay, but Aki, what if someone like me wants to come to the bar and have a cocktail with a date, and we want to have a romantic evening? Do we have to be socially distanced from each other?
It depends. It depends. So look, we have the 16 bar seats, but now is try to just move part of the seats, and the girls and the boys. And it's not that kind of close, but I think it's quite enough.
Okay, so it's still a good. So Indulge is still a good place to take a date or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. But let's talk about some specific drinks and some secrets, if you'd like to share them. Tell us about the ingredients that you use in some of your cocktails that make your cocktails so special.
And cocktail in Indulge, most of the main spirits, we try to figure out the special ingredients from different regions of the Taiwan. So we make a plan from the north to the offshore islands. And, starting from 3 years ago, it's already become our main concept. So we say, throw your palate to have a light trip of Taiwan. And after that, you will definitely want to experience in person. So this is what we're doing now, and in the future, we won't change it. So every time when we go to the region of the north or the central, you can feel the passion from the farmer, from the people who they grow up with something special. And they are so open-minded, want to share with you. And after that, you get the idea. Why not we just bring the story behind the cocktail and present to our customers? And customers say, wow, you have a hot spring with fire in the meantime in Tainan? Yeah.
So what are the ingredients in the Tainan cocktail?
Actually, we call the name is like a 水火关子岭. It's like a water and fire in Guanziling hot springs. So we just follow the rule up to the hot spring. And we so lovely volcano tofu. And when you have the hot spring, you always have the sake. And the hot spring means the materials of the water and the quality is really good. So it's like vodka, sake. And during the time, you will see a beautiful orange blossom or cherry blossom, right? So you use the cherry blossom become one of the ingredients. So when people get this, we have small tangerine dried with the 96% of the vodka and the volcano salt on top of the foam. You just follow the volcano salt just like dust of volcano, and to see the beautiful hot spring and drink everything's ingredients.
It sounds delicious, but it also sounds very complex. And you have a laboratory where you work on new drinks. What's the process to create a new drink? How long does it take from when the idea comes into your head until it's actually on the menu at the bar?
Actually, we spend 12 to 15 months to do the innovation.
For one new drink? 12 to 15 months.
Actually, it's a complete drink list. 12 to 15 months. And after that, we will try to collect all the ideas, how to present this and make the interactive between you and customers. And we want to try to put the quality become very stabilized. So it's like massive work.
Give us a story about a drink idea you had that was in your mind, but then it just didn't work out when you put the ingredients together. It didn't taste the way you thought it might taste. Give us an example of something that you had an idea, but then you didn't actually it didn't make it all the way to the menu.
Okay, I've been tried the sticky tofu.
You tried the sticky tofu cocktail. Okay, I had a feeling that was coming, Aki. Okay, Aki, you seem like a really intelligent guy, but what were you thinking with the sticky tofu cocktail?
Because I always try to share with the foreigner friends. It's like, try this. This is just like a blue cheese. You will love it. It's like, no, you're kidding.
So you really thought you could sell the sticky tofu cocktail?
I'm still trying.
You're still trying.
But then, I believe one day it is, possible to be worked out. Yeah.
So you're still experimenting with it. Yeah. You also have the pre-packaged cocktail business. Tell us about that.
Because, I just mentioned before, I work with the distilleryman in Polish, and one day I want to become like them to deliver our faith and passion to all around the world. And I started to recognize what exactly represent my identity culture is tea. So before 10 years ago, we started our tea business, and now we have 4 tea plantations. It's by our own. So we collect all the teas from the spring and the winter. We blend together, try to balance the smell and the taste, and mix with the alcohol and become like a tea liqueur or a tea bottle cocktail. And until the end, I say, if we give the stories like a long story, people feel boring. And how about 5 elements? It's like from the gold to the earth, and the beautiful design of that, and people throw the sip and back to the natural environmental living resource. That would be great. Yes.
So that's one of your products is
Yes.
in the prepackaged.
Yeah.
What other flavors are available from a prepackaged?
Actually,
cocktail?
after this, we will have a foundation. It's called Seed for Hope. For example, if we have the dish is called tomato salad, once we sell this dish to the customers, we will donate 1 bag of seeds to the farmer. And they will give more discount, and we'll keep the discount as the foundation and help the single-raised child. Yeah, so this is my dream. We will that happen in this summer. And after that, think about, people always say sustainable. Please, sustainable. You seriously? You just growing up all the vegetable in the modern building, or you use some kind of the technique to give things like oh, this is sustainable. Sorry, 0 waste will make the sustainable perfect. Yeah, so we say soft touch. If you want to use the machine to grow off the rice, how about you can use the duck? There is the farm in the east of the Taiwan. It's called Heyami. They use duck to help the growing of the rice. So we talk about the farmer is that, how about this? I can use your rice to make a sake, and it's called Heya. It's just 200 bottles. And when people buy it, say, why only 200 bottles? Because they didn't use the kind of modern technique, the machine. So each of the ears, just 1 batch. So it's like a small batch to have the rice. You need to care about this. Yeah.
And this is available for sale already? Or it's upcoming? Next month. Okay, so it's sustainable, and it's also helping farmers in Taiwan continue in their traditional business and keep their farmland, and that's good. As you said, it's sustainable, supporting a traditional way of life, and it tastes good.
Yeah, it tastes good.
Now, speaking of taste, and you told us about the stinky tofu, but do customers ever come in and say, Aki, I want a certain kind of cocktail, make it for me? Did they ever come in with kind of strange requests to the bartenders?
This is a funny story I got to share with you. There is a hot chick come to our bar, and I think she's a little bit drunk. He said, I want sticky, I want sexy cocktail.
What's a sexy cocktail?
Yeah, I actually, depends on you. It's like, okay, let me do something for you. So we use egg white, strawberry, and chocolate. And after sip, it's like, oh, that's reminds. It's like my boyfriend. Okay, stop.
Did this one make it onto the menu afterwards?
No. It's special for her. Yeah.
Now, you spend a lot of time around alcohol. You got to try a lot of alcohol. How does someone who's in the business like you stay healthy, even though you're constantly in the laboratory sampling new drinks?
Yeah.
You're in the restaurant. You're in the bar. You got to sometimes even drink with customers.
Yeah.
How do you stay healthy? How do you keep your liver healthy?
Actually, when we were young, we will go party, but till now it's so different. We will keep our time to do some fitness and sporty things. That's is really important for your good health. So, I'm not the kind of alcoholist. I need the alcohol every day. I need to learn the taste. I need to learn the flavor combinations. So I don't prefer, if you are a bartender, you need to drink every day. Yeah, because we are bringing the happiness or bring the surprise to customers, but we are not bringing the exercise to them. It's not okay. Yeah.
So you know when to tell the customers you've had enough. I'm not serving you anymore, right? You're not just going to take their money. You're going to tell them, look, you've had enough.
Yeah, because so different as the other bars. They're not that kind of much get drunk in our Indulge, and most of people we can see maybe you drink a little bit too much, or we say stop and let me know your address when calling the taxi and deliver to home. Yeah, this is very important because the safety. We need to keep them safety in our place. Yeah, so most of the female customers, they feel so happy about this. Yeah, it's okay, Aki, thank you. Last time I left you drunk, you called in the taxi, you just recall everything, and you helped me to find out my cell phone. Yeah.
Now, Aki, you've won many, many awards, and that's how you earned the title of the Godfather of Cocktail, and you're now one of not just Taiwan, not just Asia, but you're a world famous bartender and maker of cocktails, and I'm sure that you have a great sense of accomplishment for that. But do you ever say to yourself, no more awards. I don't want to join more competitions. I don't even want to do more radio interviews. Yeah, this will be the last one, maybe. Do you ever just say to yourself, I don't want the publicity. I just want to be in my bar and make great cocktails. I don't need all the other stuff. I don't want to be the Godfather. I just want to make cocktails.
To be honestly, I've never expected I got the name of the cocktail Godfather. I think I'm just a bartender. I'm just a man who is doing the things I love. So, in fact, I have a lab. So we separate the individual space with the 8 seats, maybe say 8 space, because we don't supply the seat. Okay. So I want to do the things is like, come here, tell me about your story. Then I make cocktail for you. And soon, maybe the Q4, September to December, the things will open for everyone. Yeah, that is my biggest dream. Because bartender is storyteller. Think about it, if you don't have story to tell.
And speaking of stories, you brought some materials from the bar. You could tell us quickly what you brought with you today.
Yeah, actually, I brought the drink list and the food menu. When you saw this concept and design, you will know I'm a big fan of Taiwan. Because look at the coverage. The lines means the latitude, and the shape of the glassware. And the window, just like a throw window to see the natural vibes of Taiwan. Yes, so when you just use a cell phone flashlight, through the window, we can light up Taiwan together. Wow,
that's really wonderful. And before we go, what's the Facebook page for Indulge?
It's Indulge Bistro 餐酒馆.
Okay. Do people need reservations to come to Indulge, or just walk in?
I suggest you guys need to make a reservation first.
Okay, terrific. Well, Aki Wang, Godfather, thank you so much for coming on Residence Messenger, and encourage everyone to visit Indulge. Of course, they should drink responsibly, but thank you again, and look forward to the stinky tofu cocktail. You've been listening to Residence Messenger on Taipei Broadcasting Station with your host, Ross Feingold. Have a great weekend.